Welcome back to this new inspirational video. Today I wanted to go on with chapter 15, The Advancing Man, from the book The Science of Getting Rich. Now Wallace started it out by saying, what I have said in the last chapter applies as well to the professional man and the wage earner as the man who is engaged in mercantile business. No matter whether you are a physician, a teacher or a clergyman, if you can give increase of life to others and make them sensible of the fact, they will be attracted to you and you will get rich. Now the physician who holds the vision of himself is a great and successful healer and who works towards the complete realization of that vision with faith and purpose, as described in the former chapters, will come into such close touch with the source of life that he will be phenomenally successful. Now this is very interesting because what we're talking about, as I made some additional notes for this chapter, is that the vision we hold gives the advancing life. So you have to imagine bigger and better always in your life concerning the things you want to realize. It has to be bigger and better. That's what keeps you motivated and fascinated and inspired to keep on going. So always advance yourself by doing a better job and a bigger job with your activities. Now use your mind to come up with ways on how to do so. You have a mind and it can come up with ways for you on how to do just that. Then you can keep on advancing yourself. That's the beauty behind this chapter. Now after this chapter, we're actually going to go over some cautions. And then after that chapter, we're going to go to the summary, which is the end of the book. So basically this chapter, The Advancing Man, is the pinnacle of everything that he actually wrote. All the other chapters before lead up to this moment. In this one, he's specifically reminding us that we need to have a vision. And to advance ourselves, we're going to have to use our imagination. So he went on to say, no one has a greater opportunity to carry into effect the teachings of this book than the practitioner of medicine. It does not matter to which of the various schools he may belong, for the principle of healing is common to all of them, and may be reached by all alike. The advancing man in medicine holds to a clear mental image of himself as successful, and who obeys the laws of faith, purpose and gratitude, will cure every curable case he undertakes, no matter what remedies he may use. In the field of religion, the world cries out for the clergyman who can teach his hearers the true science of abundant life. He who masters the details of the science of getting rich, together with the allied sciences of being well, of being great and of winning love, and who teaches these details from the pulpit, will never lack for a congregation. This is the gospel that the world needs. It will give increase of life, and man will hear it gladly, and will give liberal support to the man who brings it to them. It's pretty interesting that I made a side note for myself. That is not really that interesting perhaps for you, but I just wrote, well, I'm creating inspirational videos. This was, I think, over a year ago before I even started this channel. I read this chapter for myself again, and then I wrote, okay, I'm going to make inspirational videos through which I am doing that. I'm telling people about the power of their minds so that they can improve their lives. And then we'll see where it all goes. Now Wallace went on to say that what is now needed is a demonstration of the science of life from the pulpit. We want preachers who can not only tell us how, but who in their own person will show us how. We need the preacher who will himself be rich, healthy, great and beloved, to teach us how to attain to these things. And when he comes, he will find a numerous and loyal following. The same is true of the teacher who can inspire the children with the faith and purpose of the advancing life. He will never be out of a job, and any teacher who has this faith and purpose can give it to his pupils. He cannot help giving it to them if it is part of his own life and practice. What is true of the teacher, preacher and physician is true of the lawyer, dentist, real estate man, insurance agent, of everybody. The combined mental and personal action I've described is infallible. It cannot fail. Every man and woman who follows these instructions steadily, perseveringly and to the letter will get rich. The law of the increase of life is as mathematically certain in its operation as the law of gravitation. Getting rich is an exact science. Now the wage earner will find this as true of his case as of any of the others mentioned. Do not feel that you have no chance to get rich because you are working where there is no visible opportunity for advancement, where wages are small and the cost of living high. Form your clear mental vision of what you want and begin to act with faith and purpose. So an additional note I made to that was to say, act in the same way as you think. Act on the vision together with others if you need to do that. Many times you do need the help from other people, so have a clear vision of what you're after so you can act on that vision together with other people. So if you're stuck in a job now with low wages, again, start to visualize for yourself the sort of career and life you do want, and then act in the same way as you think and imagine. That's what it means to form a clear mental vision, as Wallace said, of what you want, and then begin to act with faith and purpose. He went on to say that you have to do all the work you can do every day, and do each piece of work in a perfectly successful manner. Put the power of success and the purpose to get rich into everything that you do. But do not do this merely with the idea of currying favor with your employer, in the hope that he or those above you will see your good work and advance you. It is not likely that they will do so. The man who is merely a good worksman, filling his place to the very best of his ability and satisfied with that, is valuable to his employer, and it is not to the employer's interest to promote him. He is worth more where he is. To secure advancement, something more is necessary than to be too large for your place. Now, the man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place, who has a clear concept of what he wants to be, who knows that he can become what he wants to be, and who is determined to be what he wants to be. Do not try to more than fill your present place with a view to pleasing your employer. Do it with the idea of advancing yourself. This is how I live my life personally. This is how I suggest you start working on your own dreams. You're gonna have to work with a strong, powerful purpose where you really feel, I know what I want to be, I know that I can become it, and I'm determined to be it. That's power right there in action inside of your own consciousness, flowing with and through you into the actions that you're compelled and inspired to take. It just shows up to your whole attitude that you are determined to win. Hell yeah. Now, as Wallace said, hold to the faith and purpose of increase during work hours, after work hours, and before work hours. Hold it in such a way that every person who comes in contact with you, whether foreman, fellow workman, or social acquaintance, will feel the power of purpose radiating from you, so that everyone will get the sense of advancement and increase from you. People will be attracted to you, and if there's no possibility for advancement in your present job, you will very soon see an opportunity to take another job. So an additional side note, we are bigger than our place if we have a clear vision of what we want. So if you want to outgrow your place, if you want to come too big for your place, it makes so much sense to have a vision that lies way beyond where you're currently at then, so that you can grow towards that. Because there's a power which never fails to present opportunity to the advancing man who is moving in obedience to law. God cannot help helping you if you act in a certain way. He must do so in order to help himself. There's nothing in your circumstances or in the industrial situation that can keep you down. If you cannot get rich working for the Steel Trust, you can get rich on a 10-acre farm. And if you begin to move in a certain way, you will certainly escape from the clutches of the Steel Trust and get onto the farm or wherever else you wish to be. If a few thousand of its employees would enter upon the certain way, the Steel Trust would soon be in a bad plight. It would have to give its working man more opportunity or go out of business. Nobody has to work for a trust. The trusts can keep men in so-called hopeless conditions only so long as there are men who are too ignorant to know of the science of getting rich, or too intellectually slothful to practice it. Begin this way of thinking and acting, and your faith and purpose will make you quick to see any opportunity to better your condition. Such opportunities will speedily come, for the Supreme, working in all and working for you, will bring them before you. Do not wait for an opportunity to be all that you want to be. When an opportunity to be more than you are now is presented and you feel impelled toward it, take it. It will be the first step toward a greater opportunity. There is no such thing impossible in this universe as a lack of opportunities for the man who is living the advancing life. Now, an additional side note to this, life always advances. Our vision determines what direction we advance in. So your vision will determine in the direction which you will advance your life. This is so important to grasp and to consider over and over again for yourself. Are you using your mind in this way? This all makes us a totally self-directed and self-reliant individual. We're going to use our consciousness to decide the direction in which we will grow from now on. Now, as the final paragraph from the chapter said, it is inherent in the constitution of the cosmos that all things shall be for him and work together for his good. And he must certainly get rich if he acts and thinks in a certain way. So let wage-earning men and women study this book with great care and enter with confidence upon the course of action it prescribes. It will not fail. It will not fail. That's the end of the chapter. It will not fail. Did you hear it? I know from personal experience that this material really works. These ideas really works, because what happens is that you're taking control back. For a long time you might have let this physical world decide what is possible for you, and your degree in school or college decide for you what you could be doing for work. But from now on we're going to use our imagination, which is the connecting link between us and God, and let that inspire us and advance us in our lives. We're gonna be loyal to the visions of fulfilled desires. We're gonna make our dreams happen. That's what it means to be an advancing person. You keep advancing yourself through greater and bigger visions. So first you achieve a dream, and then you set an even greater dream from a vision, and on it goes through infinity. That's your destiny. That's what you're capable of doing. Now, if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to receive inspirational videos on a regular basis. And with that being said, dear viewer, never forget that we are the dreamers.